Hello children, today we will discuss about next topic, discovery of proton. In the previous video, I told you all about discovery of electron. I told you all what was the contribution of scientist William Crook and J.J. Thomson for the discovery of electrons. Now, time is to discuss about discovery of proton. Who discovered it and how discovered it and what were the need for the discovery of protons. When scientist J.J. Thomson discovered electron, that time he observed that an atom is neutral but only negatively charged particle is present. So to make them a neutral, there must be some positive charge present inside the atom, and that thought lead towards the discovery of proton. And scientist Goldstein started working on it. He managed same apparatus as scientist Thomson used for the discovery of electron. A discharge tube. Tubes were connected with potential with the help of plate. As it is visible on the screen, a discharge tube, anode, perforated plate at the side of cathode. There is one difference in the apparatus used by Goldstein and Thomson. Goldstein used a perforated plate instead of a metal plate used by the scientist Thomson. There is no any specific reason behind this. Okay, see. Now, a scientist started giving potential as J.J. Thomson was giving. When the temperature or a potential reached when the potential reached up to the level of 10,000 volt, he also observed that some rays are traveling now this from the side of anode toward cathode. Means origin point this time is anode. Means positively charged plate is the origin point from the rays. Scientist Goldstein observed that now this time some rays are also traveling from the side of anode toward cathode. And he named that rays as positive rays or anode rays. Positive rays or anode rays. See here how the rays are traveling from the side of anode toward cathode. Okay, not only from the side of anode toward cathode, but also from the side of cathode toward anode. Clear? Since the rays were passing through the pore present inside this perforated plate, that's why scientists also told them as a canal rays. Right? So discovery of a proton was done by scientist Goldstein. You can see here name Goldstein highlighted. Clear? Positive rays emitted from the anode consisting of positively charged particles, proton. In the case of cathode rays discovery, we seen that scientist Thomson studied the characteristic property of cathode rays, and he find it out that cathode rays are consist of some particles. Later on, by applying that particle toward electric and magnetic field, he concluded that these rays are consist of negatively charged particle. The same experiment is done by the Goldstein to prove that how anode rays consist of. He also applied paddle wheel experiment, electrical and magnetic field to know how these rays are consist of. So after applying magnetic and electrical field, this time Goldstein observed that anode rays were attracted by negatively charged plate of electricity as well as magnetic fields. It indicates that particles of anode rays are positive in nature. That's why they attracted by negatively charged plate of electricity and magnetic field. As we know that opposite charges attracted each other. If we talk about conclusion of this experiment, you can see here conclusion. Conclusion. Positive rays consist of positively charged particles which lead to the discovery of protons. All the work was done by scientist Goldstein to discover the proton, but finally, always remember, name was given by scientist Ernest Rutherford. Ernest Rutherford. Right? Let us understand some point related to the proton. I mean characteristic of proton. If we talk about mass of proton, it is equivalent to the mass of one hydrogen atom. Mass of one hydrogen atom, or you can say 1837 times as heavy as an electron. Absolute mass is 1.670 times 10 raised minus 24 gram. You want to convert in kilogram, then minus 27 kilogram. Charge of proton, unit positive charge, and magnitude is 1.60 times 10 raised minus 19 coulombs. Okay, this is all about the discovery of proton by scientist Goldstein. Now come at topic, discovery of atomic nucleus. Discovery of atomic nucleus. Atomic nucleus was discovered by scientist Ernest Rutherford. It was discovered by scientist Ernest Rutherford. Let's see. We'll highlight it here. Scientist Ernest Rutherford discovered nucleus in year 1911 by doing an experiment. See, discovery of nucleus is known by the different name. It is known by alpha particle scattering experiment. Alpha particle scattering experiment. As alpha particle scattering experiment. Clear? So let us understand what is alpha particle scattering experiment. To discover nucleus, scientist Rutherford took a metallic plate and that metal was gold. Why scientists only chosen gold as a metal? Because gold is having highest malleability. So very thin metallic sheet was taken by the scientist Ernest Rutherford. Then after he took in a zinc sulfide fluorescent screen. Zinc sulfide fluorescent screen. He also taken a radioactive element as a source of alpha particle. Now scientists started bombardment of alpha particle on this gold foil. He observed some of the alpha particles were deviated by a small angle. Okay. Most of the alpha particle went straight through the gold foil. Went straight through the gold foil. And one out of 20,000 alpha particle just returned back from its original path. Okay. So here we got three observations from this experiment. Three observations. 1, 2, 3 observations. Most of the alpha particle went straight. Some of the alpha particle deviated by a small angle. And 1 out of 20,000 alpha particle returned back from its original path, bounced back from its original path. Then after this observation, scientists concluded that most of the alpha particle went straight. It means most of the space inside an atom is empty. An atom is empty. Second observation can be concluded as some of the alpha particle deviated by a small angle because when alpha particle comes close to the nucleus due to the repulsion, they deviated by a small angle. We all know alpha particle is a positively charged species. Okay, so they were deviated by a small angle when they comes close to the nucleus. 1 out of 20,000 returned back from its path because it seems that some heavy rigid particle present inside an atom. That's why when alpha particle collides with that heavy rigid particle, they return back from its original path. It also indicates that this rigid particle is positively charged. That's why they repelled back. Alpha particle repelled back. So in this way, scientists concluded that inside an atom, a rigid particle is present. And that rigid particle is nucleus, and this nucleus is positively charged species. Nucleus is positively charged species. That's why alpha particle, which is itself a positively charged species, are bounced back or repelled back to its original path. So it was the way scientist Ernest Rutherford discovered nucleus. Note. Okay. See, he directed alpha particle. Scientist Rutherford directed alpha particle towards metallic plate. Source of alpha particles were radium as a radioactive element, as I have drawn in diagram. Metallic sheet gold foil, I told you all, and thickness was 1/1,000,000th of a centimeter. Alpha particle are positively charged, I told you all. Helium atoms containing 2 proton and 2 neutron. The deflection of the alpha particle was then observed and conclusion drawn. You can see here the diagram is also given here, but the diagram what I have given you, that is very simple to understand. Let's see observation here also given. Most of the alpha particles went straight. I am highlighting so that you can make a note. Most of the alpha particle went straight. First observation. What is the conclusion? An atom on the whole is relatively empty, as I told you all. Second, let's see second observation of scientist. Some of alpha particles were deflected slightly with a small angle. What is conclusion for this observation? A concentrated positive mass is present in a very small region in an atom, and if the alpha particle is close to the positive mass, it gets deflected slightly. Okay, now come at third observation. Some alpha particles were deflected by large angles or bounced back with 360-degree deflection. What is conclusion? If the alpha particle passes very close to the concentrated positive mass, it gets deflected through large angle. and approaches at a right angle, it gets deflected through 360 degree. Right? So it was the observation and conclusion of scientist Ernest Rutherford. Okay. On the basis of this discovery of nucleus, scientist Ernest Rutherford proposed an atomic model that we will discuss in next upcoming video. That's all. Thank you for today's session.